Okay, y'all, so in this last video, we're going to be looking at how do we find the area of regular polygons. So this is the last lesson for our unit. And so far, we've already found how do we find the area of composites, how do we find area of partial circles, and today we're going to be looking at how do we find area of every regular polygon. Now, it sounds like a lot, but there's actually a formula that we follow that works for every single regular polygon. It even works for regular triangles and regular quadrilaterals, which are, squares. So we can use that formula with any of these. And one of the things that we need to know first is are some of the parts of our formula. The first part is the apothem. The apothem is a part of our formula that we need to know, and that is the segment joining the center to the midpoint of a side. And we abbreviate the apothem as just a lowercase a. So if we are starting from our center point to the midpoint of a side, so the midpoint of a side, midpoint is M, we draw our line from the midpoint to our apothem, or to our midpoint, from the midpoint to our center point, and that's our apothem A, lowercase a. Now the perimeter of something, remember, is the distance around an object. And you may recall that the abbreviation for perimeter is a capital P. Now once we have these two things, area and perimeter, apothem and perimeter, we can use this formula. Area equals 1 over 2 A times P. So all we're doing is we're multiplying these two numbers, and we're cutting it in half, and that will give us our total area. You don't have to write this part down. This is why it works. We've got a triangle here, and an equilateral triangle, and another congruent triangle here, and here, and here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 triangles that are all the same size. So if I find the area of that triangle and I multiply it by 5, that's how I find my total area. And the way to find my total area is with my perimeter. Because to get my perimeter, I find this side and I multiply it by 5. So if that side, let's say all of the sides are 12. So all of the sides are 12. So our perimeter equals 12 times 5, which is 60. Perimeter is 60. And let's say the apothem is 10. So to find the area of my regular polygon, it's 1/2 of the apothem times the perimeter, which is 1/2 of 10 times 60. So our area is 300. So if you have your apothem, you have your perimeter. It's, again, a pretty straightforward formula. Or if you have your apothem and you have one side, to find your perimeter, all you have to do is multiply that side by the number of sides, and that will give you your total distance around. Now, let's look at another example. It asks us to find the area of each regular polygon. In problem 1, we know area equals 1/2 A times P, apothem times perimeter. And that area, 1/2 times A, in this case A is 12.1. Multiply that by our perimeter. Well, we don't know our perimeter yet, but we know that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. So perimeter equals 14 times 6. 14 times 6 is 84. So we plug that into our perimeter. And we get, once we plug that into the calculator, an area of 508.2. If that had a unit, we could put a unit on it. We don't, but we could just say that that is in units squared. Whatever that unit is, remember it is squared. Let's do one more, and then actually y'all try this one. Try number 2, and then check it, pause the video, and then check it when you're done. So perimeter, we could find that first if we want. We know that perimeter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times 8.7, and that gives us 78.3. Our apothem is 12, so A equals 1/2 times our apothem, which is 12, times our perimeter, which is 78.3. We know we can plug in our answer. We'll plug those into the calculator and we'll get our answer. We get the area is about 469.8. That's units squared. Units squared. If you got both of those correct, should be good to go. But I want you to try questions 3 and 4. Pause the video, try the questions, and then I will give you the answers when you're done. On question 3, the apothem, once we plug that in, is 78.975, and that will round to about 79.0. Question 4, the apothem is 946.4. If you got both of those questions correct, and you got questions 1 and 2 correct, great job. You should be well on your way to understanding how to find the area of regular polygons. If you missed any of these, take a look at it again. Make sure you found your apothem, make sure you found your perimeter, and make sure you use the correct equation. Look at questions 1 and 2 again. If you need another example, watch the video again. And that's all I have for you.